Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Japanitos, for your help. I appreciate it. I'm sorry, it seems like I am a little... 1 second. Okay. I am a little off center for some, well, not that if that's anything new. Hi, Patricia Epperson, Glorious E, Leonard Churenzi, Patricia, yes, that's, okay, Sylvia Strong, Diane, oh, it's in the music. Okay, I want to say thank you to everyone who donated to my super chat yesterday. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. There are certain things that are somewhat inexplicable, but if you are familiar with your astrological chart, it gives you a lot of answers. So those of you who, if you've never read your natal chart, read it, because there are certain things that can be happening in your life and you get angry and you get annoyed, and it's explaining your natal chart. There is more to the natal chart, but that will help you a lot and help you overcome certain things. So I want to say thank you to everyone for understanding and for reaching out. I appreciate it. And also, if anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilo.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. That's another thing I have been saying here for a long time, that if Trump basically destroys the economy, it's going to put me, I was concerned about that, in a bad situation that's affecting me as well as I'm saying this. Patricia Epperson says, what are the bags they are throwing out of the White House window? I saw the video, I believe it was yesterday or Sunday. I don't feel it's anything. It has to do, it feels like to me, they're doing construction. As I've been saying for a long time, Trump has no plans on leaving the White House, because if you notice, him and Republicans are doing everything in their power to cheat, steal, rig, you name it. They're going to do it in order for them to remain in power. I don't feel it's going to work, but the not going to work is not going to happen on its own. Democrats are going to they are stepping up, and they can't stay on the defensive. They have to go on the attack, because Republicans, and I'm never going to get tired of repeating this. Kevin Roberts from Heritage Foundation, and according to news reporters, what is being said on social media platforms, it seems like they are getting their money, or part of their money, from Auburn. I'm sure Putin is very happy to contribute to that effort. Okay. And, but those bags, they're doing construction, that's what it is. The other thing that's being talked about, I read, that's why I'm a little confused. That's what I saw online Sunday. They blocked the roads around the White House, and it feels like to me that has to do with two things. In case they had to take Trump to the hospital, and Trump is afraid of protest. They didn't want people to walk down Pennsylvania Avenue across the, in front of the White House. It feels like to me that was part of the situation as well. The second road blocking that's taken place is the blocked access roads to Walter Reed. And according to some people on the internet again, Melania was at Walter Reed. This is one thing, that's why I didn't bring it up yesterday. She was on the maternity ward. That raised questions in my mind, but I'm like, okay, let it be. But in 2020, as we know, the White House is covering for Trump his health. He's in failing health. Okay. They don't want us to know. And we're going to find out this afternoon. All you have to do is look at him. He does not look normal. And I'm sure those of you who are in the healthcare field know a lot better than I do all the physical signs that show up when we have heart failure, kidney failure, or any of those things. And it doesn't matter, if he wears makeup, because that's been he uses that to camouflage what's going on. But at this point, intuitively, I don't feel it's going to succeed. Like I said last week or the week before last, he is, there is that, I don't remember the name of it. You can use, if you have puffy eyes, it brings the swelling down. I'm sure you ladies know what I'm talking about because you're more of experts on beauty stuff than I am. I don't use anything. Maybe I should start. my age is catching up with me, But it seems like he's using those beauty ingredients as well to bring down the puffiness and all that, but I don't think that's going to work because if you look at his neck, it's swollen, and according to some of you, it has to do with edema of the lungs. So there's too much going on. And I heard a doctor from the Don Lemon channel. She was on that channel yesterday. Thank you very much, David Vanderman, for your generosity in the super chat. I appreciate it. I watched a video from Dan Lemon, from former CNN reporter. He has his own channel. It seems like he's doing very well. And she was explaining everything, basically, that's going on with Trump. It seems like they're fixing I had a leak sheet this past Sunday. It seems like they're working on it now. But yes, a lot of physicians, and she is a specialist, and she's a kidney specialist, so she knows her stuff. So a lot of people are talking about what Trump is, what's ailing Trump, and there's no way intuitively I feel he can hide it anymore. And like I was saying this afternoon, I don't feel that news conference or the announcement is going to have anything to do with his health, unless reporters ask him, but he's going to repeat what his press secretary has been saying, because I think it was late last week, they released some kind of memo, and she read it to the reporters that were in the room. So Trump is going to repeat the same thing. But intuitively, I feel the situation is not good. And somebody sent me a picture of Trump and the beast. And you can look at his face. He was sitting, and I don't know, he's always waving, whether there are people there or not. So I believe he has his hand that way, but you could see his face. When I looked at his face, to me, it's saying, I'm worried. And the way he was looking, it's like it was a vacant stare. This guy has a lot on his mind. He's very, very worried. And that's the reason why he's saying to people send him $15 in order to help him get to heaven. It's because those things he's being tormented by the news, the latest news about his health. That's what I feel is happening with him. But the Oval Office press conference this afternoon. He's still going to be play Mr. Big, and he's in charge. He's going to continue to bully people. That's why he's going to continue doing it. And that's why Modi, basically, he pushed Modi into the arms of China. It's a big mistake. Thank you very much, Belinda, for your generosity on the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. Belinda says you're amazing. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But yes, intuitively, I don't feel Modi, the Prime Minister or the President of India, wants to be, that close to Xi, but he did it to send a message to Trump. And, the funny thing is, I'm trying to remember his name. He was in prison, and I think the last time he had something to do with commerce. He works for Trump right now in the White House, but yesterday he was talking to the press, basically admonishing Modi. I forget his name. He was on a show where he was describing what they did on January 6th in terms of football. I just can't remember his name right now. But anyway, he was saying he can't believe that Modi is associating himself with dictators, Putin and Xi. And I was sitting here almost cracked up. Trump wants to be like those guys. What is he talking about? These people are delusional. Well, they're lying to us as well. They think, they can gaslight us. Basically, that's what this is. But intuitively, Modi, and also there's a short video I saw of Modi sitting in the back of Putin's car. And also, Modi just want to send a message to Trump. But the other thing is, regardless of what Putin says, from what I understand, he says he mentioned Trump in a glorious way while in China. He has no respect for Trump. In fact, he's, with his, what good is it if somebody's saying nice things about you and then they're stabbing you on the back? That's what basically Putin is doing, and Putin doesn't really care at all. He's not afraid of Trump. He knows. He knows he controls Trump. This is an unhealthy relationship, and Republicans in Congress are tolerating it. Unhealthy for our country. And what's happening in China, like I said yesterday, I've been thinking about it. I expected it. I let go of it. There's nothing I can do about it. But what happened in China yesterday, she's going to get some, a little bit of wind in his sail. And he's and trying to dethrone us, remove us from our leadership in the world. And believe me, Trump and the people around him don't care. All they think about is their pockets, their wealth, and themselves. Oh, by the way, did you guys hear that Eric wants to run for president? I almost died laughing there too. Two things, intuitively I feel. Does he actually believe by the time we shoo Trump out of the White House, the name Trump, some people will still vote for him, but their name is going to be dirt. I know they're expecting it to be like the Kennedys. No, not happening. He will get some in the MAGA cult to vote for him, yeah. But I've said it before, I will repeat one more time. Maybe in 100 or 200 years from now, there'll be another Trump in the White House. It's not going to be anytime soon. And the only other way Trump would, one of his kids would get to the White House is if he were able to consolidate power, control the military, and put them in the White House. Thank you very much, Eileen B, for your generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yes, and let me tell you guys, there's a small percentage of active duty soldiers who are just like, the rest of us civilians. There's a percentage of my guys that are never going to abandon Trump. It's the same thing in the military. They are sold, they're going to stick with them. But by and large, they don't like Trump. They don't like eggshell. Trump has done too many, and Trump doesn't understand. You catch more flies with honey than anything else. And he has yet to learn that. Look at what he did to our National Guard soldiers. He has them, well, first of all, he had our soldiers rolling the red carpet, on their knees, rolling red carpet for Putin. And then he had our National Guard picking up trash in Washington, D.C. And the other thing is, I didn't know about this. They don't get paid, or they don't even, I don't know. I have not seen it in the reports, according to what I read. They're not paid for the time the 30 days they are in D.C., and they are responsible for their food and lodging. I'm sure, hopefully, there is an armory somewhere where they go and sleep. But this is not good. That creates resentment among our troops. So they're not going to go out there and fight for Trump. And by the way, I'm sure some of you heard, and one of you reminded me of it. Someone posted it. I don't remember who posted it. But yes, the judge in California said Trump deploying the military in California was illegal. So, and I'm sure Michigan is going to have a field day with that as well. I know they are ready intuitively, I feel. But the notion that Eric Trump is going to run for president, good luck. His father did not lay the foundation for that. And the apple never falls far from the tree. They are all liars and grifters. He should wait maybe in a couple of 100 years. He will have a chance. But right now, I don't see it. That's my prediction. And Patricia DeBags, Trump is building a new Mar-a-Lago in D.C. He wants to make the White House remind him of Mar-a-Lago, and also his family. If you look at, there is outside of Mar-a-Lago, what they have, the patio, whatever they call it, at the White House, they have one at Mar-a-Lago too. When you drive by on Ocean Avenue, you see it. So it's a replica, and the gold. Oh my God. Okay. And I mentioned Walter Reed before because the roadblocks that were around the hospitals there, it feels like to me, intuitively, the doctors at Walter Reed, they've been having, well, the physician who take care of Trump, okay? According to some of you who I've spoken to, who are in the healthcare industry or who are familiar with those types of illnesses, there is some sort of surgery they can do. It feels like to me that's what they are doing. That's why they're blocking the streets. Maybe, and also for some reason I feel Trump was there as well. Okay. But there is some kind of surgery they are planning. I don't feel he had it already. But they are planning if they need it, if it would help. Also, one of you told me they can do it, but you won't last very long. It will probably give you a couple of months of life and discomfort. Quality of life is not good after that surgery. So I feel that's why they are having roadblocks around Walter Reed, and also for us not to know. As you know, Trump won't let us know if something is wrong with his health because he can't pretend to be macho anymore. But I'll tell you intuitively, as I look at him, because I'm paying close attention to his latest pictures, and I'm going to be watching, hopefully. I have to go to the eye doctor, so hopefully I'll be back before I have an appointment at 1:30. So hopefully I'll be back. Well, I'll see the videos anyway. I don't want to watch it long. I don't have the patience for it. But intuitively, I like to look at him and get a gauge, engage his health. I mean, based on what I see. But this afternoon is going to be very telling. But it feels like to me that's what's going on. They are preparing. If they need to get him there, I know they don't have to drive him. They can fly him if they want to. There are a number of ways. But intuitively, I feel they have, since he's had a few attempts, regardless of the reasons, the Secret Service is being very careful because, as we know, it's not the person, it's the office, and they don't want to fail again because they were blamed for the last two attempts. I mean, games were being played as well, not on their part, but on the part of politicians. Score points using the Secret Service as a punching bag. And intuitively, that's what I feel. Okay? But they don't want to find themselves in those situations, so they are very careful about how they go about doing things. Thank you very much. It's in the music. He says, Milo, what do you see was in the bag thrown out of the White House windows? One, yes, I saw them. One bag black, one was white. It's on video. Yes, I saw it, but I think it has to do with construction. I don't feel it's like, you know, if I'm just being shown this. If it was anything else, that's the last, because it was right in the middle of the day, broad daylight, and people could see. So they would never do that. It wasn't anything. It feels like to me, as we know, something that hasn't been said, but I feel some work is being done there as well. The residents, okay, as we know, Trump complained last time something about he didn't like the residents, or something about the residents wasn't up to didn't meet his standards. And as I've been saying, he doesn't plan on leaving anytime soon. So people are dying. They are taking people's health care away from them, or from us. And he's building a $200 million ballroom. But anyway, that ballroom, and then also it feels like to me he's doing work and the residents. That's why we are seeing bags being thrown out. I don't feel it anything else. I try to see if I was missing something. I wasn't getting anything. So I don't feel it's anything else. That's my prediction. The other thing is Melania. You know what, guys? Trump is so bad. This is embarrassing to say, but she couldn't care less. I mean, she's going to put up, a facade. And I know a lot of people feel the same way, but it's true. If Trump leaves, she'll be happy because she's tired of him and some of the stuff that he's done to her. Believe it or not, Melania holds a grudge. And she's holding a number of grudges against Trump. She feels, since she's a former, First Lady. Okay, she's not former, she's First Lady now. I forgot, I tried to remember what Trump, Trump is back in the White House, but she has a lot against Trump when it comes to him basically stepping out on her. She feels the way he treated her in public, all those things are affronts to her. So she feels she has to eat all those things, although she has a lot of money. But it feels like to me she has, and that's why she doesn't live in the White House. She's saying in New York City, pretending it's because her son goes to NYU. I'm sure that has something, to do with it as well. She doesn't have to fly private, She summons a plane, it's, our tax money at work. But, and to really when I focus on her, she couldn't care less if he goes tomorrow or tonight. And she feels, well, of course, they have enough money to do whatever they want. Their lifestyle won't be, well, it seems like to me she has a pretty an ironclad prenup. And from what I understand, some of those rich people, they are wealthy people, however we want to classify him. He's rich, he's not wealthy. Well, yeah, I guess he's a billionaire, he's wealthy. There is a number of years you have to be married to them. And if you have a child, by them, you get a certain amount of money. And lately she's been doing like the rest of the Trump family, just like Eric and another partner. They open some kind of brokerage that has to do with crypto. Okay. Yeah. So they are all making money because Trump is in the presidency. But my friends, she's not worried. She feels a little bad for him because as the father of her son, she doesn't, she doesn't love him. She accepts him as a person, but the notion that she will be mourning for days, and yes, if she doesn't have a boyfriend, she will have a boyfriend. I'm sure some of you are wondering, so I'll answer the question for you. I bet you, within 2 years after he's gone, I can confuse time a little bit. Okay, 2.5, she will have a new person. Not married, but a new companion. Watch, it's on video. Okay, but it feels like to me, like I've said in the past, I was going to say she was going to inherit Mar-a-Lago because I'm seeing Mar-a-Lago going that way, not her way. You guys remember I told you that family, they're going to lose Mar-a-Lago? That's coming. And I also said 2 things. Either Trump lives 6 feet first, 6 feet first, 2 feet first, okay, or he's going to go to prison. And it feels like to me it's getting more obvious now that it's going to be feet first as opposed to anything else. And he would play on his bad health for him not to go to prison. But it feels like to me, he wants to die in the White House. That's his plan. And he's not going to leave. Do you guys remember there was a report. He said he should not have left the White House the last time. Well, this time he has made up his mind. It's feet first. But fortunately for us, he won't last 4 years. I'd be surprised if he lasts between now and next March. This month is not very good for him. Let's see what happens. I'm not good at telling when people are going to go, exactly when. I wouldn't even be that arrogant to say he's going to go on this date because I know, I know better. But he's made up his mind and his family's supporting him in that. And the other key, let me tell you, what Vance said, he's ready on day one to be president. And Eric dared to say he's going to run in 28. I forgot about that. He would never have said that if he didn't know something was wrong. Because why would he say he want to run in 28 when his father is selling MAGA 2028 MAGA hats? That's what I'm being shown. So I thought I would use that as well. Okay. And we know that Trump is very selfish. His kids are not supposed to, nobody is supposed to challenge him. Yeah. So, two glaring signs that things are really bad behind the scenes. That's intuitively, that's what I feel. That's my prediction. They know. I've said that before, that things are not well. And I'm getting Chicago. There was a report this morning that said they're going to focus on immigration. We know how slippery Trump is. He pretends to do A, but he does B as well. And if he does, this thing may go south on him. But it feels like to me, they are determined. Well, it's not really Trump. Norm is doing what Trump and Miller and Vought decide to do. It's Miller's decision, really. Miller is the driver behind all of this. Because intuitively, the way I am getting Trump's health, he wouldn't be so eager about sending troops or anything. You would see some slippage and some of his initiatives, deporting people, all that kind of stuff. If you notice, the past week that he disappeared, nothing changed. It's because Miller is behind the scene applying pressure. But his turn will come. Miller, there is going to be a price to pay. They're going to lose the presidency. And it's going to be fun to watch these people dance. Yeah. And then, you know, I'm not sure how supportive Vance is going to be when it comes time for these people to pay the piper. Because there is bad blood. It's not enough for everyone to see. But there is no love lost. You know, as I'm saying this, I'm getting hypocrisy. There is plenty of that in the White House. They're backstabbing each other, but, you know, they smile or they're waiting for the time when they can backstab somebody. Except for, like I said, I predicted once there would be a fight in the White House. It was between Bessent, as report proved me right. It was between Bessent and Elon. And Elon is no longer there to really instigate a lot of fights. He's still a racist and blaming immigrants as if he's not an immigrant himself for all the ills of this country and society in general. We are commingling people. Basically, that's what I'm paraphrasing him. Guys, let me tell you, he's missing the White House so bad, it's not funny. But he's still at this is misogynistic ways of doing things, racist, You name it, he's still at it. But intuitively, watch Vince when he takes over. I'm no fan. He's going to keep a few people, but most people who are there right now, he doesn't think they are serving the country well because he's got kids. That's the other major driving thing with Vince. And his family, the people, his mom and other members of his family. In fact, he has a cousin he grew up with. I'm sure some of you probably have heard, who was on our Marine. He was a member of our Marine, and he fought and thank you very much, Robin Fisher, for generosity in the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yes, he has a cousin who fought in Ukraine. And I watched, he gave an interview, I watched him. He said he doesn't interact very much with Vance. They don't share the same politics. I'm sure people like him at the right time, I'm sure they've spoken, they've said hi. I believe, come to think of it, he said he's spoken to Vance a couple of times, but nothing political. But I'm sure once Vance steps up, that will change. So he's going to have a lot of pressure to do the right thing by the country as opposed to having people like Kennedy trying to ruin our health and all basically kill what makes this country exceptional. We will get back on our right footing. That's my prediction. People like Kennedy will be gone and face prison because a lot of things that he's doing, they think Trump is going to be there for life or for the rest of their lives. Good luck with that. They're not thinking. Okay, Krista McCracken says, good news, the judge. Yeah, it was Krista that said that. The judge that ruled that. Thank you very much, Robin Fisher. Robin Fisher said, donate if you can. Our friend needs us. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh my God. Thank you guys. Yes. Thank God for that. And Chicago is going to use that as well. They can use this, all those judgments, get them from under Trump's thumbs. Okay, Delagin says he does have something interesting to say. Heather Richardson Cox is also interesting to watch. Oh, okay. I thought you meant something else. Thank you. I hope that's for me. I appreciate it. Who said that? Celtics here. Kolohi SF says, Danish diapers smell so bad, they had to throw it. I didn't think about that. Throw it out the window before it stunk up the whole White House. That's a good one. I didn't think about that. Okay. I think this is it, friends. I have to have my yearly eye checkup. I had to go, but we got to go. They have to fit me with new glasses, I'm sure. And hopefully everything else will be okay. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for your generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And also, thank you for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmelo.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. I'm still trying to shoot for 1 million subscribers, so if you are not a subscriber yet, please subscribe, and also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. It will. Please don't forget, if you give me a thumbs up, the algorithm will tend to keep showing my videos. Thank you. Somebody sent us a cash app. I appreciate it. Who sent it? Because I just heard it. Yes. If the more thumbs up I get, the longer the algorithm will tend to keep showing my videos, because for some reason, after 2 hours, except for those of you who watch me, and I appreciate it, and support me, besides that, YouTube doesn't put in the effort to show the videos. So not YouTube, the algorithm. It depends on how it's programmed, but that's what happens. Again, everyone, thank you. I really appreciate it. I will see you all tomorrow. Time to go to the doctors. Till then, bye.